Hello and welcome to Section 3, Part 8 of the MSP Foundation Certification Training. This Section 3, Part 8 is related to the decisions theme. There will be 5 questions from the decisions theme in the foundation exam. And as we know, there will be a total of 34 questions from the themes. In this part, we will be understanding the purpose, key concepts, documents, and roles of the decisions themes, followed by the key relationships of this theme with the principles. Also, understand the importance of data gathering and reporting, as well as the role of options analysis to support decisions. And lastly, how to respond to threats and opportunities. We begin with the purpose of the decisions theme. The decision theme is about making decisions during the program's life cycle from the start to finish. And it is particularly related to responding to risks and issues, handling or resolving issues, and anything else which requires governance. So, decisions theme is a prerequisite for effective program decision making. A decision point is an event or occurrence that triggers the need for program governance to make decisions about the future of the program. There can be several decision points in a program. So the concept of decision point is central to the decision-making approach. We now look at how the 7 MSP principles connect to the decision theme, leading with purpose. Because leading with purpose is about envisioning and communicating that to stakeholders, this theme particularly takes part in gathering, analyzing, and presenting decision-ready information, and by communicating the rationale that underpins decisions. Collaboration across boundaries. As we know, this principle is about collaboration across the various organizations in a program. Therefore, this principle in this theme ensures approaches used to make decisions in the light of new information can work across multi-organizational governance. Dealing with ambiguity is about dealing with the risks. So the principle here explicitly considers the upside and downside impacts of decisions, meaning what could be the risks of the decisions on a positive or a negative note. Aligning with priorities connects with the emerging information. Therefore, it's about reporting both historic performance as well as emerging trends. Then we have deploying diverse skills as the next principle, and wherein the decisions theme analyzes data to forecast the impact on the capacity and capability of the investing organization to deliver the planned outcomes of benefit. Realize measurable benefits, which is generally about the outcomes and benefits. So this theme keeps the decision-making focus at a program level, that is on the realization of the outcomes of benefit. Lastly, the principle of bring pace and value, which is about balancing the ongoing business as usual operations and the changes made by the program. And this principle will ensure in the decisions theme that working within clear delegated limits of authority and only escalating decisions when needed. Because one of the concepts of this principle of bringing pace and value is to allow people at a certain level to make decisions instead of having to take it up at the higher level. Therefore, having the limits of authority and delegated limits should be established as part of the decisions theme. The decision-making approach, one of the 3 approaches within this theme. As we know, the approaches in the program strategy depend on the nature of the program, the nature of the organizations involved, and many other factors. In particular, this decision-making approach is about understanding the various decision points of the program, both the planned and ad hoc. A planned example could be an end of tranche review where a decision is made, and an ad hoc or a specific decision point could be a significant change request or an emergent change in the program environment. For example, a change in the economy. The decision-making approach also considers decision criteria, which will be used to report data, analyze information, and make recommendations. And also, how do these criteria vary between program, project, and other levels need to be understood in this approach. The criteria for escalation and delegation of information between the various governance boards will also be part of the decision-making approach. This approach will also explain what reports need to be provided to decision makers, with what content and what frequency. And finally, it should describe how decisions will be documented and communicated. Begin with question number 19. Which document defines the information that should be reported from one governance board to the other? The four options are the issue resolution approach from the program strategy, or the risk response approach from the program strategy, the decision-making approach from the program strategy, or the design approach from the program strategy. And the question is about the document that defines the information that should be reported from one governance board to the other. So it's about reporting. The issue resolution approach defines the specific arrangements for capturing, evaluating, and deciding how to act on issues or change requests which arise in a program. Therefore, that would be incorrect. The risk response approach defines the criteria to be used when deciding whether to accept the risk and put in place a reactive or contingent response if the risk events occur, or to invest in proactive responses to threats and opportunities. Therefore, that would also be incorrect. The decision-making approach, on the other hand, describes the criteria for escalation and delegation of information between the governance boards and the reports that are provided to decision makers, meaning their content and the frequency. So that would be the correct answer. The design approach defines how the vision, benefits, target operating model, and associated risks will be defined and approved by governance.